She had a motto: "Why do today what you can put off until tomorrow?" She lived by these words, always finding reasons to delay her tasks. Whether it was homework, chores, or even fun activities, She would push everything to tomorrow. One Monday morning, She's alarm blared. She groaned, reaching for her phone. "Just 5 more minutes," she mumbled, hitting snooze. When she finally got up, she was late for class. "I'll shower tonight," she thought, grabbing a hat to cover her messy hair. In class, her teacher announced, "Remember, your project is due next week." She nodded, thinking, "I've got plenty of time. I'll start tomorrow." Days passed, and tomorrow never seemed to arrive. By Sunday night, She found herself in panic mode, struggling to finish her project. Her roommate, Li Wei, noticed She's stress. "Everything okay?" she asked. She sighed. "I left my project until the last minute, again. I don't know why I always do this." Li Wei sat down next to her. I used to be like that too. Want to know how I changed?" She nodded eagerly, desperate for any advice. "First," Li Wei began, "I learned about the 5-second rule. When you have an impulse to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds, or your brain will kill it." "How does that work?" She asked, intrigued. "It's simple. When you think of something you need to do, count backwards from 5, then immediately take action. It breaks the habit of overthinking." She nodded, making a mental note. Li Wei continued, "Next, I started using the eat the frog technique. It means doing your most challenging or important task first thing in the morning." "But I'm not a morning person," She protested. "That's okay. The point is to tackle your biggest task when you have the most energy, whatever time that is for you." "I see," She said thoughtfully. "Any other tips?" "Yes, the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. It helps prevent small tasks from piling up." She looked skeptical. "Does that really make a difference?" "You'd be surprised," Li Wei smiled. "Oh, and don't forget the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, take a longer break." "That sounds manageable," She admitted. "Lastly," Li Wei said, "and this might be the most important, forgive yourself. Beating yourself up for past procrastination only makes it worse." The next day, She decided to try these techniques. When her alarm went off, she counted backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then jumped out of bed. It wasn't easy, but she felt accomplished. She tackled her biggest task first, reading a chapter for her hardest class. Using the Pomodoro technique, she found herself more focused than usual. Throughout the day, she applied the 2-minute rule. She was surprised how many small tasks she completed that she would have normally put off. It wasn't perfect. Sometimes she caught herself slipping into old habits. But instead of getting discouraged, she remembered Li Wei's advice about self-forgiveness. Over the next few weeks, she consistently applied these techniques. She started turning in assignments early, her room stayed tidier, and she even had time for hobbies she'd been putting off. One day, her professor stopped her after class. "Shi, I've noticed a significant improvement in your work lately. Your last project was exceptional. Keep it up." Shi couldn't stop smiling as she left the classroom. She pulled out her phone to text Li Wei. "You won't believe it. Professor Chen just praised my work. Your tips are really helping." Li Wei replied quickly, "That's fantastic. Want to celebrate with bubble tea later?" "Absolutely." Shi typed back. "But first, I'm going to review today's notes. It'll only take 2 minutes." As the semester progressed, Shi found herself procrastinating less and less. She started each day by eating the frog, used the Pomodoro technique for studying, and applied the 2-minute rule for small tasks. When she felt the urge to procrastinate, she used the 5-second rule to push through. Her grades improved, her stress levels decreased, and she even had time to join a club she'd always been interested in, but never had time for. One evening in the library, she overheard a classmate complaining about procrastination. Without hesitation, Yenshi turned to him. Hey, I used to struggle with that too. Want some tips? The classmate looked surprised but nodded gratefully. As Yenshi shared her experiences and the techniques she'd learned, she realized how far she'd come. She wasn't just overcoming procrastination. She was helping others do the same. Months later, Yenshi stood proudly at her graduation ceremony. As she accepted her diploma, she thought back to that Sunday night when Li Wei had shared those life-changing tips with her. After the ceremony, Li Wei ran up to hug her. Congratulations! I'm so proud of you. Yenshi hugged her back tightly. I couldn't have done it without you. You know, when you first told me about those techniques, I didn't think they'd make such a big difference. Li Wei laughed. Sometimes the simplest changes have the biggest impact. So, what's next for you? Yenshi grinned. I've been offered a position at a company I really admire. And get this, they were impressed by my time management skills and proactive attitude. As they walked off to join their families, Yenshi reflected on her journey. She had not only overcome procrastination, but had also discovered strengths she never knew she had. The future was bright, and for once, she wasn't putting off her dreams. She was ready to seize every opportunity, one productive moment at a time. Yenshi's new motto? Why put off until tomorrow what I can accomplish today? Danzi. Motto. 座右铭. Noun. A short sentence or phrase that expresses a belief or purpose. Put something off. 延后. 拖延. Phrasal verb. To decide or arrange to delay an event or activity until a later time or date. Blare. 发出刺耳的声音. Verb. To make an unpleasantly loud noise. Snooze. 打盹, 小睡. Verb. To sleep lightly for a short time, especially somewhere other than in your bed. Intrigue. 有只因奇怪、不寻常或神秘而使很感兴趣、迷住. Verb. To interest someone a lot, especially by being strange, unusual, or mysterious. Procrastinate. 拖延, 耽搁. Verb. To keep delaying something that must be done, often because it is unpleasant or boring. Procrastination. 通常指因为无趣、没有意思而拖延. Noun. The act of delaying something that must be done, often because it is unpleasant or boring. Diploma. 学位证书. Noun. A document given by a college or university to show that you have passed a particular exam or finished your studies.